They said she was lying. They said she was angry. They said she didn't have proof. But in a courtroom filled with uniforms and silence, one woman's voice cracked the mask of power wide open. Because that day, when Alicia Monroe took the stand, an untouchable badge finally met the one thing it couldn't silence: the truth. Rain pattered against the glass of the East Ridge Police Department. Officer Ryan Holt leaned back in his chair, boots on the desk, badge catching the glow of a flickering light. He was the kind of man who carried confidence like a weapon. Everyone in the station knew. What Holt wanted, Holt got. That night, a call came in. Disturbance at Maple Avenue. Alicia Monroe, a law student, had called 911 because her car was hit outside her apartment. When Holt arrived, he didn't see a victim. He saw someone to belittle. "You sure you didn't cause the accident?" he asked. "Officer, I was parked," she replied. "You people always say that." He laughed, and his partner joined in. Alicia pulled out her phone to record. "Put that away before you make this worse for yourself," Holt snapped. "Worse? For reporting a crime?" she asked. "For disrespecting the badge," he said. The argument ended with Holt shoving her phone aside and cuffing her for disorderly conduct. They booked her, fingerprinted her, and kept her overnight. Her wrists were bruised, her reputation stained. The next morning, as she walked out on bail, a reporter whispered, "Another one. Same officer." Ryan Holt wasn't new to complaints. They were just always buried. Internal Affairs had investigated him twice. Each time, the footage vanished. Each time, witnesses changed their story. But Alicia wasn't like the rest. She filed her case quietly, strategically. And she had something Holt never expected: backup. Her professor, a retired civil rights attorney, took her case pro bono. And soon, whispers began. A lawsuit was coming. Weeks passed. Holt strutted through the precinct louder than ever. "You hear the rumor?" he bragged. "Some girl's suing the department. Let her try." "What if she's serious?" his partner asked. "I've been here 15 years. The chief's my guy. IA's my guy. I'm untouchable," Holt said. But behind closed doors, the chief wasn't laughing. A federal oversight committee had reopened Alicia's case. They subpoenaed every internal file and every missing tape. In a dusty archive room, a clerk found a corrupted SD card marked Maple Ave Cam 3. When they played it, the truth filled the screen. Alicia's calm voice, Holt's shove, her phone hitting the ground. Everything. The footage spread online. Protests grew outside the courthouse. But Alicia stayed silent. Her lawyer asked, "Are you ready to speak?" "Not until they hear me where it matters most," she said. The courtroom buzzed with cameras and murmurs. Holt sat in his blue suit. No badge now, just nerves. The judge called the case, State versus Ryan Holt. Witnesses testified. Each detail built a wall of truth around him. Then, the bailiff announced, the witness, Alicia Monroe. She walked in, calm and composed. She raised her hand, swore the oath, and faced Holt. "Miss Monroe," the prosecutor said, "tell the court what happened." "He didn't see a citizen," she said. "He saw a stereotype." She recounted every word, every gesture, without anger, just precision. The footage played beside her testimony. Each second cut through Holt's defense like light through glass. When the defense tried to paint her as emotional, she smiled. "Emotion isn't weakness," she said. "It's evidence I'm still human after what he did." The judge asked if she had any final words. She looked at Holt. "You said your badge made you untouchable," she said. "But the law you broke is the same law that will protect me. That's the difference between us." The jury returned the verdict: guilty of assault under color of authority, tampering with evidence, and misconduct. The judge's gavel hit like thunder. Holt's face collapsed. His badge was revoked in open court. Outside, reporters swarmed. "This isn't a victory," Alicia said. "It's a reminder. Power without conscience is a danger to everyone." The video went viral. The officer who thought he was untouchable, until she spoke. Months later, Alicia stood before a classroom at her old law school. She'd been invited to teach a course called Ethics and Civil Accountability. "Justice isn't about revenge," she said. "It's about restoring balance. The truth doesn't need volume, just courage." Outside the courthouse, a plaque was installed. In honor of those who spoke when silence was safer, And somewhere, across town, Ryan Holt, now working construction, passed by a TV replaying her interview. He turned the volume down but couldn't escape her words. "You said you were untouchable," her voice echoed. "I just needed to remind you, no one is above the truth." He wore arrogance like armor. He thought the law was his weapon. But when truth walked into the room, his silence became the loudest confession. Because justice doesn't always arrive in handcuffs. Sometimes, it walks in heels and speaks softly. Where power meets consequence, truth never stays buried.